Hi everyone, I'm your host Jackie Blisson, and today we're talking about Prosecco. The festive season is upon us. It's time for parties, for entertaining, and a great affordable option for your bubbly this season is Prosecco. Today we're going to learn a little bit more about Prosecco, and I'm going to explain to you how to read a Prosecco label so you can get the best bang for your Prosecco buck. Prosecco is an Italian sparkling wine. It's made in the northeastern part of Italy in the regions of the Veneto and Friuli Venezia Giulia. The main grape in Prosecco is the native Italian grape Glera, which gives quite bright acidity and a very subtle floral peachy sort of perfume. When you taste Prosecco alongside other sparkling wines, you'll notice the difference right away, especially in terms of mouthfeel. The bubbles are a lot softer but quite frothy, filling up your mouth, and it's a lot fruitier. So why is this? Well, it has a lot to do with the winemaking process. Champagne, cava, and many other bubblies are first fermented dry like a still white wine, and then the wine is transferred into bottles, dosed with a mixture of yeast and sugar, and then sealed. The yeast and the sugar mixture cause a secondary fermentation in the bottle. This fermentation gives off carbon dioxide. Because the bottle is sealed, that carbon dioxide can't escape from the bottle, it's got nowhere to go, and so it dissolves into the liquid, forming bubbles. Prosecco follows the same initial process as the traditional method sparkling wines, but instead of doing its secondary fermentation in a bottle, it occurs in a large sealed pressurized tank. Once the wines are rendered sparkling, they're bottled quite rapidly for sale. And the idea is to keep the wines really fresh, really light, really fruity, and quite low in alcohol. Most Prosecco is between 11 and 11.5%. So now that you know how Prosecco is made, let me give you a couple tips that's going to help you when choosing a Prosecco in a store or a restaurant. Proseccos range from bone dry to quite sweet, so it's important to keep that in mind. If you're looking for one that's really, really dry, you're going to look for the word brut on the label. If you pick up one that says extra dry, confusingly, this means that it's going to be ever so slightly sweet. And if you see the word dry, that means that it is semi-sweet. Next, look for the word Prosecco. This will be followed by either DOC or DOCG. These words might be written out, and I apologize in advance for my horrible Italian accent, but it'll say denominazione di origine controllata or denominazione di origine controllata e garantita. So Prosecco DOC wines is the basic level. This is going to be your most affordable option. These wines can come from anywhere within the boundaries of the Prosecco production area. It's fresh, it's fruity, it's easy drinking, quite simple, and it can be quite frothy on the palate, really filling your cheeks up. The next tier up is DOCG, and helpfully, they call the Proseccos at this tier prosecco-superiore. Superiore meaning superior. These superiore wines come from two specific vineyard areas in the Veneto region called Conegliano Valdobbiadene and Asolo. I'll write these names down below so you can see the spelling. The yields are much lower in these high altitude vineyards. The wines really tend to reflect this. They're more elegant, they're fresher, they have really pretty, delicate, floral, orchard fruit, sometimes some hints of aniseed, ginger, or stony mineral notes on the nose. They have greater depth and longer length on the palate. If you want to try the best top tier Proseccos, look for words like rive or cartizze on the label. So rive essentially means single vineyards. Some producers liken it to the Burgundian term premier cru. Cartizze is Prosecco's one and only Grand Cru vineyard. It is a lone hillside at the highest point of the Conegliano Valdobbiadene appellation. The grapes here ripen slowly and fully, giving wines that are fuller in body, more voluptuously ripe, and more structured than wines from elsewhere. When I was visiting Prosecco, the producer Carlo really summed it up best for me. He told me that Prosecco should taste like springtime in a bottle. So if you're looking for a little bit of springtime to chase away this cold, dreary weather, pick up a bottle of Prosecco for your next party. As always, thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, please share and like. If you want to learn more, don't be shy, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Santé!